As we get into peak fall and we see all of these clothing hauls / trends or influence to buy new things, I think it's only fair that we balance this out by de-influencing you with an anti-haul. Hello there, my name is Lainey Jean if you are new here, and if you're not new here, welcome back to another video. Today we are just going to be going through 5 things that I feel like are not necessary to enjoy fall, especially in the world of fashion, but that doesn't mean that you can't wear them. These are obviously just my opinions, so if you wear these, please continue to wear them. That's totally fine. If you like them, that's great. These are just things that I think I personally don't necessarily have to have, and the reasons why. First up, and probably the biggest trend I've noticed this fall, is cropped trench coats. Cropped jackets in general, I feel, are trending right now. I think that that's only normal because there is this continuous cycle, like every 2 to 3 years, it goes from being a cropped jacket to the floor coat. I want to focus mostly on the cropped trench because there is specifically this style of like the to the neck, buttoned all the way to the top trench coat. These poncho / cape-esque trench coats that people are wearing that are very, very popular. In my opinion, the cropped trench coat, buttoned all the way to the top, very cute. There are some really cool designs with this. There's some cool patterns. There's this polka dot one that's going around that's very big right now. Don't get me wrong, I think they're adorable. But my thought behind this is, and why I kind of want to anti-haul it, is because wearing it all the way up to the neck like that, if you can't wear it in any other way, you're going to get tired of that probably within the next year or so, and you're going to want to go back to something that maybe isn't so high neck and isn't buttoned all the way up to the top every single time you wear it just for it to work. When you wear a jacket like that, the jacket becomes the statement piece of the outfit, and you can't wear it any other way unless you are looking for a jacket that is more versatile. But a lot of these jackets, it's very much like you need to wear them buttoned all the way to the top and closed and with the belt tied around it in order for it to look right. I think that is something that you could definitely try and keep in mind if you are looking for a jacket like this. Maybe instead of looking specifically for the super duper trendy trench coats right now, you can look for a trench coat that has a collar that can morph into that kind of fit, but also could look good with the collar down and open and not necessarily always have to be the main focal point of the outfit you are wearing. Along with that, I took a look at Depop to see if it was easy to find secondhand trench coats. There are so many cropped trench coats on secondhand websites that you can find for like $30, so you don't have to go out and buy these brand new jackets just to get in with the trends. If you do really want these, I highly recommend looking at Depop or Poshmark or thrift stores near you, secondhand stores. These have existed for years and years. Like I said, it is a continuous cycle. Every 2 to 3 years, we see cropped jackets come back. So really take advantage of that. Like, you don't have to buy them new. And the high neck trench coat isn't like a brand new thing either. This comes and goes too, which is why I think it's important that if you want a cropped trench, you look for something that can do both so that you don't have to buy a new jacket just to have a high collar on it. The second trend I want to anti-haul at the moment is polo shirts. These are super trendy right now. And honestly, like, I can get behind how cute they look, but the reason I want to anti-haul them is because I feel like they are such a specific style right now that is only happening within this moment in time. I feel like the past year it's been very popular. Chunky stripe long sleeve polo shirts. They're basically the main focal point of the outfits that they are used in. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's cute, but in a few years, I think we're going to look back at this and be like, it's not really giving the same thing anymore. Or we'll try to wear them in a few years and it can't just be the main part of an outfit. You'll have to find other ways to style them, which is perfectly fine. But I know for me, every time I wear a polo shirt, it just doesn't look right. I really do love a masculine fit, but something about polo shirts and long sleeves, it just doesn't fit my body proportionally. And every time I try to wear them or like thrift them, it doesn't do what I want it to do. I also think it's kind of hard to add a lot to an outfit when you are wearing a polo shirt because it is kind of the main piece. I don't particularly love the way it looks to style things on top of them, and I feel like a lot of times you just do like a simple pair of jorts or jeans with them, which again is fine, but it's gonna get boring very fast. Whereas I feel like other tops that are staples in my closet are able to be layered and reworn in so many different ways, and that's why they work for me. And I want to say that like polo shirts in general are staples in many people's wardrobes, but I don't think it's necessarily this exact style. I think the polos that last for a very long period of time in people's wardrobes are the more 70s style knit polo sweaters or like short sleeves. Those feel a lot more versatile versus what we're seeing right now. It just feels a little bit more trend forward and not as timeless. I feel like I gotta make this a disclaimer. Not every single piece in your closet has to be timeless. It's okay to want trendier pieces And if you can find a way to wear this piece over and over again and you don't get tired of it, that is great. I love that. And even when this isn't really a trend anymore in a few years, if you still like it and you want it to be the main focal point of your outfit, please wear it. That is amazing. I love that. But I'm talking in a general sense of where I think that this trend is going to go. I'm already kind of seeing a downfall of it. Trend number 3, and this might come as a surprise to some people, but bright colors or like bright color combos. I love bright colors. I love a good color combo. I love like a bright green and a burgundy red. I love a blue and a pink and a red. But do I think that it works for every single person? No. And is it becoming a trend? Yes. So I think the main differentiator between whether or not you should partake in this is if it is already something that is true to your style. So if you've been wanting to play around with color for a long time, or you already have specific color combos you wear in your wardrobe, and these pieces that are becoming trendy with those color combos would add to what you already have, go for it. I think that's great. If you also want to dabble in it, try a piece that is a bit more trendy with these color combinations happening or these bright colors. That's also totally fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But I think that some of these trends that we're seeing and these color combinations, in a year or two, people are going to get tired of them. I feel like this happened. We had the butter yellow, and I feel like next summer we're going to be on to a new color. And not even the butter yellow is like a bright color, but we see these color trends all the time. So when you're bringing it into color combinations of bright colors, along with adding stripes or polka dots or plaid to the colors that are in these color combinations, it can kind of create a recipe for these pieces to be worn only in the short term, and people will be getting rid of them faster than they can even wear them. So I'm worried that a lot of people will wear these for the time being, and then when spring comes or next winter, they're going to declutter it from their closet because it doesn't actually fit their personal style. It was just something they liked this particular year because they were seeing it everywhere. Whereas next year, if we aren't seeing it everywhere, it may be less tempting or less interesting for a person to partake in wearing it. I've also been seeing a lot of bright colored trench coats or just jackets in general. I do have like a red cropped leather jacket. That for me was something that was on my wish list for about a year, I would say. And I found it at a thrift market here in New York City. I love it. I accidentally left it in Wisconsin and I haven't had it for 6 months, and I've been feeling the gap of it in my wardrobe. I can't wait to get it back when I go home over the holidays. These being trending kind of brings me back to the point about cropped trench coats. Whatever coat you choose, it's going to continue to go in and out of style. So I think it's more important to focus on what you actually like for yourself that you will continue to wear year after year, season after season, rather than what is trendy right in the moment. Because if you focus on what everyone else is wearing or what is really big at the moment, you might realize after the initial excitement of getting it and wearing it, you might realize it isn't actually what you like, and you're going to have a hard time styling it or re-wearing it. Whereas if you focus on noticing what you already have in your closet, what you can wear with what you have in your closet, or what you are naturally drawn to, regardless of what the trends are, you're going to have a lot easier time wearing that coat over and over again. Number 4, Frye Boots and the Frye Boot dupes. I didn't talk about this when this was an initial trend. I want to say about a year ago, these got really big. The Frye Boots specifically in the banana color. It's like this yellowish color, big chunky boot. I think they're cute. I love the way that they style them. I love all the outfits I see on Pinterest with them. But again, I feel like these boots aren't like the most versatile, especially the shade. Some people definitely could find ways to wear these over and over again in their closet, but for me personally, I'm much more drawn to like a black or a brown boot in a more timeless shape. I'm not a festival person, so I don't need a pair of boots to wear to a festival. I also don't really need boots like that. Like those kind of feel a bit more like Western adjacent to me, and I'm not needing like utility type Western boots. I would probably lean more towards like a slightly heeled boot. It's like mid-calf, maybe a little bit tighter. I don't know. I'll put some examples up on the screen. I know for my personal style that would fit a lot better than the Frye boot. When talking about the dupes, I've been seeing so many people talking about run to Target, you have to get this. These are the exact dupe for the Frye boots. Again, if you're on a budget, like the Frye boots are very expensive, even secondhand. I found them secondhand and they were like upwards of $300, which I mean, granted, they're like $500 brand new, but still that is a lot of money to pitch out for a pair of boots. If you're getting them from Walmart, are you getting them because you really like the pair of boots and you want to be able to afford them and you're going to take care of them and you're going to wear them over and over again until you can no longer wear them, and maybe even take them to like a cobbler to get them fixed up so you can continue to wear them? Or are you getting them because they are cheaper so you can wear them just for the season being and then you can declutter them after a couple months of wearing them? I think intention behind why you are buying the dupe is very important. I also just want to mention that like I know a lot of people every person has different things they like to spend their own personal money on when it comes to fashion and clothing. Shoes are not that for me. I am very minimal when it comes to my collection of shoes. That's just what works for me. It's never been the most important thing to me. I wear my shoes till they are literally like falling apart. I know that that is like problematic to some people. People will look at my shoes and they'll be like, how are you still wearing them? And I'm like, they're still fine. It's fine. They're just not the most important part of my closet. So I know a lot of people will make shoes, the shoes that they have in their closet, the focal point of their outfits and the focal point of their wardrobe, which is great. If that's you, that's fine. So I think I'm definitely coming from a bit of a biased standpoint. I just want to make that like very clear that I recognize that because shoes are not super important to me, I maybe am not understanding the hype behind these. But if you are also a person that finds shoes not being the most important thing in your wardrobe, maybe keep that in mind if you are considering buying a boot. Like, what would be a staple shoe so that you don't have to go and buy a bunch of different pairs to cover all the bases. You can just have one pair of boots that works with your whole wardrobe. And even if you don't want to go for like a black or a brown boot, if you're looking for a staple for a fall wardrobe, find a red color. I feel like a red or like a rusty brownish orange color always comes back too, whereas I feel like the banana color will fade after a few years. It won't be something we see time and time again. Again, talking from my own personal opinions and where I think fashion will be, I think that you will have a lot easier time styling something that is always going to come back versus something that will be around for a few years. I hope I'm making sense. I also don't want to like come across like I'm bashing these boots. I do think that they can be cute, and I think that the way people style them is fun, even though they are styled very differently, like most people style them in a very similar way. I still think they're cute. I hope we can find ways to continue to style them for many, many years. And the last trend I want to de-influence or anti-haul this year is cowhide. I may just be against cowhide because I'm literally from Wisconsin, so I've seen cow print my entire life and I get kind of tired of it. I think also anything cowhide or cow print nowadays just makes me think back to like 2019, 2020, when the very, I don't even know what I would call it, very clip art-esque cow, I don't want to sound rude saying that, the very specific style of cow print that we saw in 2019 and 2020 on like the pants and the tops and the bucket hats. If you enjoy that, that's great. And I have people in my life that got that stuff in 2020 and they still wear it to this day, and I'm so happy that they get use out of it. Not my cup of tea, and I don't think it ever will be, and I'm okay with that. I will say though, I'm noticing it more, the cowhide print. First of all, it's a bit more toned down. It could be kind of treated like a neutral, how I think leopard print could be treated as a neutral, because it is like browns and whites and tans. I appreciate that they are being more so focused on accessories from what I'm noticing. So like belts, handbags, boots, coats, rather than like tops or pants and being the whole focal point of an outfit. It's more of an accent. Personally, that is how I would want to approach it if I did partake in this trend and this pattern specifically. At the end of the day, I know it's not something I will ever wear on a regular basis. I could see myself wearing it like once as a statement to like enjoy it for the moment, and then I probably would not wear it again. So it will not be something I'm purchasing for my own wardrobe. With all of that being said, that is all of my opinions on anti-hauls for fall fashion. Let me know your thoughts below in the comments. Of course, like if you love any of these, let me know. If you dislike any of them, tell me. And let me know how you guys enjoyed having 2 videos this week, because I've been pushing to get this video filmed all week and I finally got it done, and I'm so happy that I took the time to sit down and talk with you. I hope you are having a wonderful fall so far, and I will see you on Tuesday if everything goes to plan. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.